Okay. Tonight, excuse me. Tonight, I think I want to implement the power balance menu that's sort of the central mechanic of the game. I don't know if it's the right thing to work on now, but it's what I feel like working on. So we're going to do it. Let's see here. So let me think about this. We got 2 buttons to work with, which is a meaningful constraint. But I think what I want is if you do not have a unit selected, maybe also if you do, and you press... I think I want it if you want, whether selected or not. I think that's what I want. So if your cursor is over a friendly unit, and you press B, it'll open the balance menu. I think that's how I want to do it. This is, of all of the limitations of Pick 08, I think this is the one I actually feel the most. Having 2 buttons, got to be a little clever. But I think let's do that. So the first thing to do is let's just wire up the uninteresting scaffolding, I guess. And the way I think I want the balance menu to work is that when it pops up, I think I just want it to be a rectangle centered in the screen. I think that'll ultimately be the easiest way for a player to use it, probably. So let's start there, and if we build that and we find it sucks, we can change it. But that's my best guess for what would work the best. So yeah, so I guess let's see. I think I just created a new menu, new file. Just make sure that didn't break anything. It did not. I accidentally just... Okay, this is unrelated. I just realized if you hold the select button down through the title screen, you can clip through the interstitials and all that. That's not great, but solve that another time. Wait, actually I might change this. Wait, maybe it should be... I like this better. Select a unit, click again on them. Yeah, I like that idiom better. Double click on the unit effectively, and that'll open the balance menu. I think I like that better. Yeah, let's do that, and then we can leave our Z/B button as like a pure cancel. I think that'll be the most intuitive way to do this. So let's see, what do we need here? This thing is going to need and update and draw method. Wait, I don't want to do that actually. Menu, balance, update. Yeah, that'll work better. That'll work better. And this is like totally wrong, but let's just say just like a rect fill. Yeah, it's, sure, who cares? Right now, I just want to draw a black square somewhere visible on screen. That's all I care about right now. And then, okay, so this, let's see, we don't need this now. So we need to modify our cursor such that if we have a unit selected and we select it again, we... How did I wire up the other one? Menu turn end. What menus do I have now? Turn end. Yeah, turn end is the only real one. Okay, the only one that matters. So and then I guess this was in the battle loop. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the plumbing will involve patching in a check to see if the menu is visible here in this battle screen loop. Let's see. Menu balance.viz, then that should change nothing, hopefully. Good. That is wired up, and now what? Let's see. So in the cursor, we check to see if the unit is beneath the cursor. And if there is a unit and it's ours, we draw a movement radius. If we have a unit selected, but there's no unit beneath the cursor, we move. I think we do this here. Else if... Oh, this isn't right. I was going to say if unit and self.cell, then let's start there. That's not going to be correct though, because that does not ensure that the unit that we've selected is the same unit. We want essentially like a double click on a single unit, not click on a unit, get a movement radius, click on a different unit, get a radius or get a menu for the that's stupid. But let's do this stupid thing first and then we'll fix it, because I guess we can just do a check against cursor coordinates, even though that sort of sucks. I don't know. Is there like an index check? There is an index check. We can do something with IDX to make sure we're on the same unit. Okay, fine. So not menu turn end, but menu balance. Set this selection to 1. And we don't currently, that doesn't mean anything, but we don't care about that yet. So fine. So if the plumbing is all correct, I can double click on a unit and we'll see a stupid black box somewhere. Click a guy, nope. What do we have? This is the idea though. Let's do this. Let's just soft lock our game. Make sure the plumbing in the screen works. Yeah. We are locked, but it's not drawing. Why is it not drawing? Menu turn end draw. What am I doing there? Screens battle draw. So I'm not invoking draw anywhere. I'm just locking the UI. Obviously that's not correct. Okay. If self.viz, then blah, and so we check to see if, yeah, so we always draw the menu, but if the menu is not visible, we short circuit out and do nothing. This is a stupid... Do I want to do this? Let's do this. That's slightly more characters, but we unpack a bit of nesting. Wait, if not... Yeah, that's more verbose, but I don't like nesting. If not, self.viz, then return end, and otherwise we draw a rectangle. And then we always need to call that method. Now let's see what our plumbing looks like. Click, there's our dumb box, okay. So the plumbing is now there. Now let me double check. So, okay, I removed the soft lock that we put in. Let's see, click, click, does nothing. Okay, so the trigger is still incorrect. So what do we have here? We get a unit and the index of the unit at cell coordinates. If there is a unit and the unit belongs to the player, select the unit. Draw radius. Let's make this a little more uniform. Let's comment this out. It doesn't work. And let's change this to if unit. So if there is a unit at those coordinates and not self.cell and, so if there's a unit at those coordinates and the unit, and we do not have a unit selected, and the unit belongs to us, do this. Else if there's a unit and self.cell and unit.player equals turn.player. I might refactor some of this logic later because it's getting kind of repetitive. But if there's a unit there and there is a unit selected, and again, that's not actually the check we want, but that's where we're going to start. Then we want to do this, which currently will just draw a black box in a corner. Not doing it though. Pallier. Okay. This is why dynamic languages are awful, in my opinion. Okay, great. That works. And now we're soft locked, but obviously we are. Who cares? So let's quick sanity check, make sure we didn't break anything else. Let's go blow up this guy. That seems fine. Select, deselect, select, deselect, select. Now here's the bug we know we created. Select. Oh yeah, and right, and that drew a box off screen and now I'm soft locked. But the bug I expected to hit, which I knew about, is again, I'm not ensuring that the unit that I have clicked is the unit that is currently selected. So we need to track the index of that unit. We need to track the index of the selected unit. Well, I don't know if that'll be reliable. Would that be reliable? I select a unit trying to think what happens if our unit that we had selected gets exploded. I think that won't work. I wonder if I can do this. I don't know if this works. I don't know how comparisons work in Lua here. I wonder if I can do, if there's a unit and there's a selected unit and unit equals self.cell, is that going to work? And if it does work, do I even need this player turn thing? I don't know if that'll work. Let's see what that does. Click on you, I click on you, okay. So I didn't break the functionality. I click on you, I click on you. Oh, I can just do that, I guess. Yeah, okay, I can just do that. Okay, fine. I don't really know why that works. But I guess it seems to work, so I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth there. Who cares? And now I think about the logic of this. If we know that there's a unit and that the selected unit I think I need all of these checks. I think. I might refactor this later. I'm not going to do it now. Let's put this at the end to make these more visually consistent. If a player's unit was previously selected and then I guess we'll say double-clicked. Display the balance menu. Yes, okay. Make doesn't like that for a few reasons. What is that file? Lua check RC, menu, balance. I think this we... I don't get it. Menu balance, line 4, unused argument, self. Oh, line 4 up here. Yeah, we don't care about that. That's obviously there's nothing there right now. Okay. That's all going all right. So let's just run through this again really quick. Make sure we didn't bork it when we ran make. Click and click, nothing, nothing, double click. There's our menu. We soft lock. It's fine. So now, okay, now we need. Now let's draw the menu in the appropriate place. Let's draw it in the grossly appropriate place, and we'll refine it as we go. So let's see. Exit early if the menu is not visible. Compute offsets to align with the camera. Now let's say pad X, pad Y, pad X plus 20, pad Y plus 20. Then we would print our stuff. Let's take all this out. So now this should appear in the same corner visually that it did before, but it should be there on every screen. Yeah, let me check something. Yeah, okay. So that works. And now I said I want to visually center this thing, but I'm not going to bother with that alignment yet because I don't know how wide this is. I don't know the final dimensions of this thing. So let's just let's do the alignment very last. But let's change this up just a little. Let's say pad X plus 20. I just want to get it off the corner. Pad X plus 20, pad X plus, I don't know, 70, and now it should be sort of bigger and off the corner. And we don't care that it isn't centered. Click, click. Yeah, fine, fine. Also, I'm going to get this debugging trash off the screen just while we're doing this. It's going to be kind of cluttered with it there. Great. So, okay, so now this is like the real game stuff here. Oops. This is like the idea I wanted to explore in the game. What I want is, I want the player to be able to readjust a unit's power levels once per turn, every turn, with this menu before taking any actions. So that means these properties need to be adjustable via that menu. I don't know the values I want. There's still a lot of game mechanic-y kind of stuff that I haven't thought through. But it's probably going to be a number like 5 per or something. I don't know. Let's... I'm trying to think what that would look like. Maybe 5 or 6 per. That maybe 6 would be fine because we have 3 stats. 6 would be 18. If we give units 10 points, then, you know, there'd be some budgeting you have to do. Something like that. And then the display would be 2 red, 2 yellow, 2 green, 6. So, yeah, okay, fine. Let's do that. Let's start with this. So our menu, let's on inline. No, that's oh, and this thing needs to know which unit it's attached to. I don't know how to do that yet, but we'll figure it out. So okay, so there's gonna be what I want is a layout with the stat name and then a colon and then a bar indicating the power level allocated. So this there's actually like a non-trivial amount of coding to go into this thing. But what do we have? We have attack, range, and speed. And I thought about it for a little while. I'm pretty sure those are the stats that I want in the game. I feel like one, I just like 3. You get this kind of rock paper scissors triangle thing going. I think that will work well, and I feel like you can express really all you need to express with just these 3 stats. I think. Bearing in mind that range is firing range, not movement range, and that speed is movement range. And we might rename speed to move. I don't... That might be the move, actually. I don't want to do that now. I don't want to confuse this commit, but let's plan on renaming speed to move, because that'll be more consistent. That'll be MOV. More consistent with what I've seen elsewhere, I mean. So, let's see. Let's just draw this menu. I sort of want to just... Maybe tonight a good goal for the night would just be to make to draw like a dummy of this thing. Centered and pretty looking. And then the next stream to actually make the controls do something. I think that might be a sensible way to divide the labor. So, okay. Okay. What's this idiom? I really should have made snippets for this by now, because I still don't know Lua. It's for something key in what? Pairs self dot choices do end. Is that what it was? Yeah, okay. Local pad row equals 0. Print key. It's not print. What is it? Print key at pad row X, pad row Y. Pad X plus pad row X, pad Y. And white is 10. What's that going to do? It's going to print a bunch of garbage in yellow in the wrong spot. So white is 6, I guess. White is 6. No, white's not 6. White is 7. That was like the gray. And X is not correct. That's Y. That's not correct. Let's pad RY. What's that going to do? Closer. Oh, then there's that menu padding I tacked on. This is gonna get... It's kind of burning a lot of tokens for this, but it might be worth it. This rectangle starts at pad X plus pad MX I might need to rename some things, but I'm just sketching this out. And there, what? I need to do the rect fill first, so I don't draw on top of my text. Okay, good. That's like the idea. So let's rename some things. Pad X, let's say, is pad cam X. I forget, are we doing... Oops. Are we doing camel case? I don't even remember. Looks like camel case is... Okay, sure. Pad cam X and pad cam Y. Pad menu X, pad menu Y, and this is the padding applied inside the camera box. This is sort of like a DOM type layout in my head here. Let's call this padding to align the menu location with the camera. Width and height. Since we're burning a ton of tokens, let's just be verbose but clear. Move, let's call you menu width and menu height. Let's put you up here. pad RX, pad RY is row padding. Pad row X, pad row Y, and padding applied between rows. And really there will be no X because I want these all aligned horizontally. So no pad row X. I'll be right back. Okay. So we draw a rectangle. We start at camera padding X. And then pad menu X, yeah. And pad menu X and Y we can compute and should compute, because that's always going to be yeah, since we're making this, since we're just going to burn a ton of symbols here, let's just compute this out. This should be 128 minus menu width divided by 2. And this should be 128 minus menu height divided by 2, right? I think so. That should center now, I think, automatically. Clearly it does not. Why not? Well, why is menu width? Where must we draw this wrong? Menu width is 50, menu height is 50. Oh, plus pad menu X plus width pad menu Y plus height, right? So we have a camera offset and then a menu offset and then a camera offset and a menu offset, and then that's the start point. And the end points are camera offset plus menu offset plus the width of the menu in both width and height. And there's a typo. Let's see if that does it for us. Yes. Okay, great. And then Am I using these anywhere? Probably. I might be able to get some tokens back and just inline these computations, but premature to care about that right now, so we won't. Okay. So now let's start working this stuff out. That looks like garbage. I like that. And, okay, pad menu X and Y is a misnomer. That should be, like, position. If I'm now thinking more DOM-like, right? Let's say well, I kind of like, I actually do kind of like the term padding. Let's just borrow heavily from web vocab here. Let's call this margin camera X. Margin camera X, margin camera Y, margin menu X, margin menu Y, do I like that? Let's rename this a little bit more. Let's call this, I'm bike shedding now, but I think this might be worth it. Let's call this camera margin X. Cam margin X and cam margin Y and menu margin X. Menu margin Y. row, row pad Y. And then we can do local menu pad, let's say is 4. And then when we're printing, what do we really want? We want to print at the camera margin plus the menu margin plus the menu padding. Yeah, we want I think we want that. We want to print the key, then camera, menu padding, camera, menu rows. I think that's what we want. So that should look a little bit more correct. Yeah, great. Okay, awesome. Whatever. Oh, I guess the other thing we could wire up. If I care. I don't care. We also need obviously to wire up a way to like close this menu. I don't care. Let's call key stat because that's correct. And without becoming encumbered by thinking about how to get the actual data in here, let's just draw some bars. So what I want is like 6 6 bars next to each stat, and I want these to be like adjustable kind of meters where you can put power in and pump power out of each stat, and I want the color to change such that the more power you put into each, you know, it goes from like red to yellow to green or something. Oh, we also need space for like a cursor of some sort. Maybe I can do that with color. I might do that with color. That would be consistent with what I did for the menu. Yeah. So maybe the easiest way to do this would be just something... Let's do something stupid for now. Let's do... print... bunch of X's. At the appropriate offset. Plus 4. What does that look like? Oh, right. That's not correct, because that's not... that's all spam. I actually don't know how many... I think there's like a different number of pixels per character. We just gotta find the number we like. Don't care about this, really. Yeah, okay. And now I don't want to print X's, I want to print boxes. And then I probably need a row for like unallocated power. If you wanted to pull all the power out, there's some bank to show you what's available. That I just displays a number, but get to that in a second. What's like the ASCII character for just drawing a box? That would be the easiest way to do this. Or like, is there just? I just want like a box font or something. That'd be way easier. Okay, here's some image I found. How do I do this? Here, I'll let y'all see what I'm seeing here. All I'm trying to do is draw a box using typography. I am pretty confident that you can do this. Special characters, what's this? There's like go to page or whatever. You can do slash something to get a left arrow, 139, oops. Zero x80 is maybe a box. Or 128. Let's see what these do. 5, 6. What does that do? Whoops. Does not render. What's this gonna do? I'm not gonna like it. Okay. But that doesn't work. Yeah, it does. Okay. I want something like half that width. Can I get that? Wish those weren't so huge. Let's see here. Let me make a dumb decision real quick. What if we pretend that we're only going to have 5 and maybe do like 5 units, 10 units of power, 15 points, 5. I mean, that seems fine. Try to clean up the alignment a little. Good. I guess, sure. And then I want these by default to be the like inactive color, which what we noticed was 6. We go darker. I don't love how that looks, but let's keep exploring this for a second. Let's go darker as 5. Yeah, that looks good. And then what we want we don't actually always want to display that many boxes though. We want to display a maximum of that number of boxes depending on the unit's stats. So let's do that now. Let's scaffold something. Let's mock a unit, and let's say that it has an attack of 5, a range of 3, and a speed of 2, and again we're going to name that move later. So we have a unit, and then while we're iterating over the stats, for does the loop look like? For I is 0, mock unit stat do bar. I don't know if there's a concatenate equals. Let's do bar equals bar concatenated with 128, which is that box drawing, and then we can do bar. I think that should do it. So while we're iterating over each unit's stat, we keep stacking up boxes until we've reached the appropriate amount for that unit's stat value, and then we print it. And then I also want to change this color. I'm off by 1. Good. And then here in a grown-up language, I would use a switch statement to pick a color, but we don't have that in Lua. I think we just have a bunch of if-elses, right? Yeah, that's what we have instead. local color is 5, and if color is equal to 5, no, if mock unit, if val, and let's do local val, let's do power. We read the unit stat power level. We generate a bar representing the stat value, representing the power level. We choose an appropriate color for the bar, power bar. If power equals 5, then color I want to be green, this high energy kind of green, which is 11. Else if power is greater than or equal to 3, then color I want to be yellow, which is 10. Else if power is greater than or equal to 1, then color is red, 8. And we don't draw 5, we draw color. Line 14 near 8. Oh man, that actually looks pretty good. And then that would change, you know, as you added or removed power. Still think the boxes look sort of big. What other glyphs do we have? Like a weird star guy. Some diamonds. What do the diamonds look like? I kind of like that better. We have hearts, but I don't think that's appropriate. What's 150? It's like a little laser looking lightning dude. Does that look good? I don't know. Maybe that's... I think that's like objectively worse, but I kind of like it better for some reason. Yeah, whatever. We'll go with it. I like it. The other thing was just like visually, it was like too much. And then we need to display like the remaining or something. What do we call it? A bank, all, total. I kind of like remaining because we could do it REM and then a number. What does that look like? We could do... Oh, and that would have to go elsewhere because that's like a footer to this table of rows that we're iterating over. I'll be right back and pour some water. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I like that. And then, so that's for stat, and then we want to do a simple print here, not in a loop or anything. We want to print REM something like that. I don't know why that's centered, but I don't hate it. Why did I do what's this plus 16? That must be it. That's what that was. Remaining. Oh, and let me do this. Wait. I'll do that. That simplifies. Red, green, yellow. I think that simplifies to the same. Yeah, it does. And then sure. Sum. While we are iterating over the stats, let's sum the power. sum equals sum plus power, and then let's tidy that up a little. Just put the logic together, put the printing together. I think that's fairly clean, and then we're printing the sum, and that should be 10. That error message is surely garbage. Oh, it's this. No, it's good. And then if we just dork around with the power level, we should be able to see this changing. So let's, I kind of like that, how it looked. But let's say 2 and 5 and 1, and that doesn't equal 10, but let's say this guy got beat up a bit. Yeah. I actually really, really like that. Do I want to spell out remaining? And maybe I want to put that at the top as like a header. I can't really put it as a header if I'm, unless I sum outside the loop, which wouldn't be the end of the world, I guess. Do I want that to say remaining, the word? No, that looks like garbage. Yeah, okay. That looks kind of like what I'm aiming for. Now let's fix the height. Yeah, that looks actually, I'm pretty happy with that. Put you back. What do I do at menu height? I said 50. Let's try 40. Close. 37. $36. Pretty damn close. And then I'll indicate, I guess, which stat is selected by making one of them yellow. I don't know. I could put a diamond next to it or something too, but that's not like the design pattern I used elsewhere, the design language or whatever. It's not what I did elsewhere. That's actually that came together kind of quicker than I expected it to. Let's run make, tidy all this stuff up. See what we care about here. I guess we'll put that back. Put our debugging crap back. Don't care about that. Yeah, okay. And then this is going to complain because this is just stubbed out, so that's fine, don't care. I like how I wrote that by hand more than what the linter gave us, but I guess that's life. Or more than what the formatter gave us, I mean. Okay, so now, let's see. Now the question is, how do we get rid of our mock unit? I'm going to take that debug off again for a second. It's actually super annoying. I hate this, but let's see if I like super hate this, but I'm manual invoking draw. I have cursor in here already, so there's already this kind of gross commingling of globals here. Can I do cursor.selected here? Cursor.selected. Which may be a Boolean false. Oh, and now it's not unit stat, it's unit.stat.stat. Slightly annoying, but whatever. Unit stat. And now that should show us, presumably, maybe, hypothetically, that shows us the actual stats of the unit that we have selected, so we should see 9. Yeah, we did. Okay, great. And let's just, to demonstrate it working for fun real quick, let's bullet map 1 and actually give these guys different... No, it's not. I don't feel like it. Just modify our unit defaults. Whatever. 5 and... two and 3. I just want to see it work. Yeah, cool. So this doesn't work yet, but this is the mechanism for rebalancing unit power every turn. I actually really like how that looks. That came out pretty good, I think. I like it a lot. Now what? I guess we can take the let's make a way just to cancel out of this thing, because that'll make our linter shut up. Oh, it's a scrap. Don't care. Yeah, let's make our linter shut up. All I want I'm trying to think here. If I want this to be, if I want this to have like the ability to confirm and cancel, or if I just want changes to be made immediately. And because the latter is easier of just making changes immediately, let's do that. And if when we're far enough along to test gameplay, if we find that's horrible, we can change it, but I don't think it will be. So menu balance update. I think all I want is if button P4 then self.vis is false. Actually, I think that's it. That should shut up the linter, other than the debug stuff it's going to complain about. So okay, two things happened. One, I don't want X, I want Z. Just button P5. And then two, I think what I've learned last time is not to commingle button P with the input thing I wrote. So what do I have? I have button X and button Z, button P method. So let's change that here. Button X, button P, no, that's button Z, button X, button P, did I break that? What is that, the end turn menu? Let's see if that still works. I'm over here, blow up. X and Z, why did I have a Y? No, I broke something. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Button P5 is yes, is button X. Then that 5, that shouldn't even have been there. And this is button Z, button P, or button X, button P. That should be the same. Totally not, though. You know what? I don't care. It's actually a little twitchy. That's save that for another night. I'm not doing that now. What was I actually doing? I want to be able to close this. And there the problem is, I don't think I actually want button P, I want button. I don't want the replay kind of thing. And that canceled the radius, which I didn't really want. So maybe I need to use actually, maybe I need to use that thing I wrote. Button Z, button P. Wait. I said one thing, typed another. Whoops. X, X, Z. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Great. Great. Okay. Good. Close menu if Z is pressed. Do want button P here, sort of. The difference between button P and button is if button P like repeats, whereas button requires that you take your finger entirely off the key. I might tweak that, but that is grossly what we're looking for, and I'm not going to bother to tweak that until like we're much further along in the game, because this is like a quality of life thing that I don't. It doesn't matter now. So okay, and then to do make the menu function. It looks pretty, and it draws correctly now. The drawing entirely works. Now the next thing to do is to make the actual power balance thing work. That shouldn't be all that involved, and we've already worked out the pattern for that elsewhere. So I'm fairly optimistic that should go well. Yeah, this is where we are. Okay, let's commit that and then probably call it a night. It came together pretty well. I'm working on a feature branch here, like I usually do. So what's this diff? We added menu balance to our linter. We included a menu balance file. We modified the cursor logic to accommodate triggering the balance menu. So all that stuff we changed in... Oh, yeah, let's do all that menu... menu turn end stuff. Let's... trying hard to keep atomic commits on this thing. Let's take a look at the diff for source menu turn end. We technically did two things here, but let's pretend we only did one. Yeah, let's commit this whole file. So we swapped button P for button, and we refactored menu turn end draw to exit early. All right. What else we do? Updated our linter file, created a new file, included the new file, updated the cursor to provide a trigger for opening the balance menu. We wired the balance menu into the battle update loop and the battle draw loop. And we changed, let me back out of the change in source unit. Actually, who cares? Let's leave it. Feature menu balance stub balance menu implement draw method for menu balance. Okay. Every time we touch this, it starts to look a little bit more like a video game, which is pretty cool. So that looks like garbage because there's debug stuff written on top of it, but it works. I might remove that debug stuff more permanently sort of soon, because it's like, it's almost outlived its usefulness now. Actually, I'll do this. I don't need to remove it. I can... Is that going to do it? Oh, not quite. I'm not going to get away with that. Whatever. Still a little bit of stuff triggering. When I don't want it to. We can sort that out though. Again, I think I actually used button P in places I meant to use button. But I mean, you know, it's not all that hard to sort out, so whatever. Let's go blow up these guys. That isn't right. I don't know why we just won the game. There should be another level. No, wait, that... No? Yeah, there should be another level. That's weird. I didn't take it out, did I? Yeah, it was a map 3. Okay, well that's some bug to fix, but whatever. That's for another night too. Yeah, so I think I'll call it there for tonight, and next time I stream, which might be tomorrow, we'll wire up the menu we created tonight to make it actually useful, so you can reallocate power. And when that is done, we've cleared the way to implement the actual battle mechanics, where you can, instead of just clicking on a guy and he deletes, you click on a guy and do damage per your attack stat to his power bank, right? If I have like 5 in attack, I'll deduct 5 power points from him or whatever. And then after that, I don't know. When we have that, we would actually have a 2-player game that you could actually play. So once that is done, we'll probably take a little bit of time and investigate some of these bugs and do a little refactoring and make a handful of small quality of life kind of tweaks. But then we start to get to the interesting, again, more game dev kind of stuff, where, like, you know, we have 3 maps. I made each of them in about 5 minutes with no thought, but we still have plenty of space, so we could, you know, think about fun, challenging, proper maps and a proper campaign, and sit down and start working out, like, sound effects and that kind of thing. I'll probably do music the very, very last, because I'm doing the music myself, but to have no music experience, so I'm putting that off to the you know, last responsible moment. Just give me the most time to learn to compose a song and then compose a song or songs. But yeah, I think that's the plan. So yeah, next time we'll wire up that menu. We'll make it work. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Hope you have a good night. We'll see you next time.